This is my third face-to-face training. Today I'm going to be talking about how to take one of our technology tools, Screencastify, and putting it into our learning management system, and which for us is Canvas. Today I'm joined by my wife and my asleep newborn son. This training is one of the last trainings in my professional development plan, and it would follow the previous week's training, which was learning about Screencastify, what Screencastify is, how you can use it in your classroom, how to download Screencastify, and then how to make an introductory video on Screencastify. So this training is going to take that a little bit further, and we're going to talk about what do we do now that we have Screencastify? How do we get the videos that we make, whether it's narrating a lesson or whether it's screen grabbing a video that we like? How do we get those to our kids? Okay, before I get going, I just want to make sure that I understand that this training would have been with a bunch of different math teachers in my building. And as I'm going through this training, they would be taking their introductory video and we'd be going step by step through this. So this training is going to be a little bit different in my living room compared to having 10 teachers following along with what I'm doing. So the first thing that we need to do is we need to be able to locate where our videos are when we make them. The cool thing about Screencastify is once you click that you're done recording, it's going to take them and it's going to automatically start to upload them to Google Drive. So we need to figure out where they're at. The best way to find where they're at is when you download Screencastify as an extension, and what we talked about in our last training, it's going to go in our Chrome extension bar. And our Chrome extension bar is going to have a red play button with a white video camera in it. In order to access our recordings, this is what we're going to have to click. So we're going to click this, and it's going to give us a drop-down menu. Okay, and so as this training, teachers will be following along step by step with what we're doing. So we click this, we clicked our extension button, and it drops down a couple different things if we wanted to record, but we don't want to record right now. We want to take what we've recorded and move it. So we're going to click on the three bars in the top left, and that's going to bring down more options, such as my recordings. It'll also bring down like where your settings are, where your subscription payment plan is, and we're going to click into my recordings. This is going to take us to every Screencastify video that we've made that's been uploaded. Okay, so now that we're in my recordings, it's going to have just a screen filled with videos, every video that you've made. So here is an example of what mine looks like. Here's a couple videos. I'm going to click on the video that I want to put into my learning management system. So once I have my video, I now have three options of what I can do. I can copy the link, is my first option, because when it gets uploaded into Google Drive, it's going to give you a link that you can paste and it'll take you right to that video. So if you want to use the easiest method, it's probably using the link and pasting it, and it'll take you right to the video. The second option is to share it. This is like where you could get a code and embed it in an email. You can quickly post it on social media. You can publish it to YouTube. You can share it to Google Classroom. Currently, my district is not a Google Classroom district, but if we were, if anyone's watching this training, if you are a Google Classroom district, sharing to your classroom makes it really easy. All you have to do is click this button and it's going to take you right to it, and you don't have to have so many steps, whether it's copying the link or downloading it. You can do it all through this button right here. And the same thing with publishing to YouTube. I can publish it straight to YouTube and not have to download it and upload it or take a file. Okay, and the last option is to, like I just mentioned, is to download it. We can actually download it to our computer as a file. So the two options that we're going to focus on during this presentation are copying the link and downloading it as a file. So these next couple slides, I'm going to show you what it looks like if you use the link and what it looks like if you download the file, because it looks a little bit different for each. Okay, so before we get to this slide, we need to figure out which one that we want to do. The pros of the link is that it's going to be easiest for our kids, just because there's going to be a link right there that they can click on. It's going to be easy for us because all we have to do is open up, like I'm going to talk about in a minute, but all we have to do is paste the link, create the assignment, and go. The other option is to actually download it so you can have the file on your computer at all times. This will also paste it straight into the assignment, so the video will pop up right when students open the assignment. So whichever option you choose, it doesn't matter, but we're going to talk about both. So the first option we're going to talk about is the link. So we're going to go into Canvas, and our teachers right now are really familiar with Canvas, so this step wouldn't take very long getting to this point of creating an assignment. But we can do a couple things with it. We can upload it as a file on Canvas, we can upload it as an assignment on Canvas, or we can upload it as an announcement on Canvas. It doesn't really matter how we do it, but as long as we're able to get it out to our kids. So we're going to click on what course we want to use in Canvas. We want to decide where do we want the kids to access this. Do we want it to be an announcement? For this video's sake, we're going to make it as an assignment. So they're going to take that, teachers are going to take that introductory video that they've created, and they're going to put it as an assignment, and we're going to click the green button to click to create a new assignment. A side note, these three pictures kind of look random, but as we're going through this training, the teachers that I'd be giving this training to are very familiar with this, and this would make a lot more sense than what it looks like right now. Okay, so we're adding the video as an assignment as a link. So what we're going to do, once we click that new assignment button, we're going to pull up our assignment. This is what our layout looks like. We can put an assignment name, and then we're going to click into the text box. So we have the link from the previous slide. We have where it said on the Google, a copy of the shareable link. Once we click that, it's in our clipboard, and we can paste it whenever we're ready. Now what we're going to do is we're going to go into all these tools on our assignments, and we're going to click the paperclip or the chain link, the chain link tool button, and that link is, and that button says link to URL. Because what we've done, this shareable link, we have copied the URL to the video, and it's going to say link to website URL, and we're going to simply paste it into the box and click insert link. Now, this option is really good if you want to make hyperlinks. So right now during the training, we would, once they insert link, it would just insert as the name of the video. So what we would do is we would erase it, we would type out what we want to name it, we would highlight that, then we would go and click link to URL, paste it in. So now our name of our assignment, so if I named it Screencastify, that would be a hyperlink. I'd be able to click Screencastify and it would take me to the link. The downfall with using a link as the assignment is it's going to take you to another tab. So it depends on kind of what you want to do, but with me teaching 6th graders, when I upload videos, I usually download the video and upload it straight into here because it keeps the video on my page. This option makes me click the link, open up a new tab, and with what I'm doing, I want to keep it as simple as possible without as many steps. So it doesn't really matter. It's just preference type deal, but this is how we would upload it as a link for our assignment. The other option is to download it. So we're going to click on creating a new assignment, and this is what our assignment looks like. We're going to do the same steps, but if we go back to what our 3 options are on our video, it was the link, sharing, and downloading it. This is where we want to download it right now. So whenever we download it, it's going to start to upload in the bottom of our screen. It's going to go into our downloads. As it's downloading, we can go into Canvas, and we are going to go back into those tools, and we're going to click the button that's like a TV with a play in it, where it's gonna when we hover over it, it's gonna say record/upload media. Whenever we click this button, it's gonna give us two options. We can select an audio file, or we can select a video file. It also gives us the option to record the media right there, but that's not what we want to do. We want to make sure we are selecting the video file to upload. Okay, so at this point in the training, this would probably have a lot of confusion on where that file that we downloaded went on our computer. So right now I would be walking around trying to help people get that file found and selected. So if you can see this, here's a screen grab of my downloads and the video at the very top. So that's what. All right. So once you've linked the video into your assignment, here's what it's going to look like. So it's going to have this the hyperlink over Screencastify as a link. The other option is to upload it as a file, and like I said, when you upload it as a file, it's going to just be in your in the announcement or assignment, and you can just watch it straight in there. Now, this is what it looks like when you have it as a file. This is what you what it looks like when you have it as a this is what it looks like when you have it as a link. This is what it looks like when you have it as a file. So the last thing that you would need to do is to either save it or save it and publish it if you were ready for the kids to see it. Okay, so the last thing that I want to do real quick is just kind of show you what the teachers would have been doing during this training and what it would have looked like. So what they would have been doing is they would have gone on to Google. Remember, they would have already had their video created for us to. The objective for the previous one would have been to create the video, and this week we would have been putting it into Canvas. So we need to go and find that video, and it is in our extensions up here, the red play button with the video camera in it. We have the three bars in the left corner, and we're going to go into My Recordings. It's going to take us into a new tab, and this is every video that I have that Screencastify of. So this is where it uploads to, so I can go in and reference old videos. I need to click into the video that I want to post, and at this point, this is an introductory video of that I did last week for kids during this continuous learning phase that we're entering. So at this point, I can either copy the link, I can share it to Google Classroom, email, YouTube, or I can download it. What I normally do is to download it just because I like it being straight in the assignment or announcement, so I don't have to go into a different window. So you would click, if they were downloading it, they would click it and they would actually download it. It's going to download the bottom left, and this is where we would find it to go into Canvas. So here's an example of what this will look like as a finished product. This is an announcement I did last week during all these crazy times. You can see the file is already embedded in the announcement, so they don't have to click the hyperlink and go to a different window on this option. But the students would have access to this. We would take that Screencastify and we would put it in our learning management system. Okay, so this, like I said, this is a training over taking a technology tool such as Screencastify and being able to put it into our learning management system, which we use Canvas. I believe this training, if we would have done it before spring break, would have come at a great time, because a lot of what we're doing right now is recording lessons, taking our Screencastify videos and putting them into our learning management system. And I think this training and the overall progression of my professional development plan would have met my overall objective of introducing new technology tools into math classrooms in USD 260. Thank you for watching.